Okay, there you go. I have my sound on my computer turned up. I forgot to switch it over to my headphones. But anyway, I'm here doing a tech show and a branding show. And my view behind me today in my little ship is of South Dakota. There's some buffalo. We'll show you that here in a minute. And today, there you go. So anyway, hold on a minute. This isn't working out very well for me. Anyway, what's really exciting about my system is it works. It seems to be. Anyway, so the biggest part of building this wasn't so much about the components and the pieces, it was more about the wires and the things that we hook stuff together with. So today, it's in my craw, so I wanted to go over it, and so just going to do that today. So here is a USB A. It's a A because of the square connection. Most of us know this one. And it covers USB 1, 1.1, 2.0, 2.0, 3.0, up to 3.1 USB. And that's what this cable here can cover. Now, the difference between all that is USB 1 is a 1.5 megabytes. And that you might find connected to something like this, which is a printer. And printers don't need much power or much data transfer speed because you basically send them a burst and then they print it. And it only takes them a second to do it and it's over. So printers don't need that much data speed like maybe other peripherals might need, like a camera or like a sound or like streaming the show. Anyway, and so there's that. And then as we move along in our lives, they went from this USB A 1 through 3.1, and they connected to your mini plug, which you might know from your camera, from your phones. And these mini plugs are only run up to 2. Let me see where we at here. Yeah, it runs up to 2.0, so they're pretty slow. So the difference between them all is USB 1 is a 1.5 megabits. USB 2 is can come in this, but it's blue, which I didn't bring one. I don't know why I didn't bring a blue one. But anyway, there's a blue. When the connector, instead of being white there, it's blue. It is a USB 3. With an A frame, and that's going to transfer 5 gigabytes of speed. Then they went crazy and went with a new Thunderbolt, what they're calling Thunderbolt, or USB 3 Type C, so it goes in either way. Here's another Type C plug, and it goes to Type C. And the deal with the Type C plug is it's now 3.1, 3.2, and USB 4. So this will transfer 10 gigabytes and 20 gigabytes. And then a USB 4 plug will transfer 40 gigabytes. Okay, so all of these are speed increment. And why do we need them and what's going on, right? So even though these two plugs right here look ideal, when you think you're getting the most out of your Mac. So my Mac Pro is running at a 3.3, which is slightly under the 40 gigabyte. Here is 10 gigabytes slower. This one here is about 5 gigabytes faster than the laptop. So when you're buying a USB-C, you think you're getting, even though they look exactly the same. So you really need to pay attention to your cabling, because as you cable your things together, they need to have the right cable. So off of my hub, we're running the slower cables to a mouse or to the key drives. and things like that. The USB 4 is connecting the hub with the laptop, so the laptop now can fully use its data without heating up and having troubles. And now I can do the show easily. It seems to be happening. This is my second one, so really pay attention to your cables, stuck to 40 gigabytes. And that's a huge difference of data transfer and speed and time and effort that you're trying to put into your projects. And, if you're 3D and something, if you're working on a science project or making a movie, whatever, you need the maximum amount of gigabytes you can get to process the data. So, there's the deal with the cabling. And I tried to show it to you and explain it to you. And I had to get that off my chest because this whole adventure of building a streaming studio has been about getting the cabling right and understand the hard drive. Another one is a camera, and they all do different things, and they all need to have their dedicated speeds and be able to fully maximize the output of each of these devices. Otherwise, you just run into a lot of heat is what happens there. Okay, so that's the end of my little plug for plugs. And next we are going to talk about branding. So I have, and it's all now called LaVid. And as you may have noticed in the intro, it's LaVid. LAVID. Capital L, small a, big V, and I. With wanting to become more efficient with my transportation. So that's where it all started. And that's what we're from a RAV4, because I've been doing a lot of gig work and I use my car and my phone now at all times to make any money. And so I went ahead and got another car, which is a Toyota Prius C hybrid. And as soon as I find a picture of it, I was going to throw it up here maybe. And so the Prius C hybrid is instead of $400 a month, it's cost me about $110 a month to do the same kind of gig work that I'm doing. And so my payment on the car is $280, and so I'm actually saving money by buying a new car. Overall output each month has gone down slightly, and I'm driving a new car. Well, a 2-year-old car. It's used, but it is a reason. It was a Toyota rental, and so they got it back in 2 years, and it only had 19,000 miles, and it was really, it doesn't have cruise control, which is a drag, but it is a city car, and it is from what I'm doing, my gig work, And but it's lovely to watch your thing and get 70 miles to the gallon, or 60 miles to the gallon, or 50 miles to the gallon. I mean, it's just, that's impressive. It took me a minute to learn to drive it, and pretty inefficiently. I just press it on the accelerator to go like a gasoline car. Well, I can't find an easy picture of it, so I guess I'm not going to show anybody a picture of my car. But anyway, so I wanted to get a new license plate and for it, and I wanted to support the arts. So here in Nebraska, you can get a license plate where part of the money goes to the right there. So I'll just grab that one and put it in here. Let's see if we can. There you go. Anyway, I'm going to take me a second to set this up, because it takes me a second to set it up. There you go. Now I will go here and go there. So anyway, there we go. Am I still talking? Yeah, I'm still talking. So there's my little red car. And so I wanted to get a driver's license, a license plate for it. That's cool. And I decided to put a name on it. And I was going to do LaVernes World, so LVWLD. and but it was taken. I couldn't use that, so that bummed me out. And so I talked to my partner, and she came up with LaVid, and LAVID for LaVernes videos. And so I thought, well, yeah, that's pretty good. I wanted it to be LaVernes World and all that, and that's because that's me being selfish, and I think my ideas are better than everybody else's, and whatever. So, but I liked it. It was fun, and so that's what we did. We did a LaVid. And it was for LaVernes videos. And I never really thought about it. And then after I did it and I got to play it, I thought, I never even looked this up. So I looked up the word and to see if it was a word and see if anybody else even had it. And there is a LaVid band somewhere, and there is a LaVid overseas somewhere, a foreign page, and there's a Dr. LaVid. So really hasn't been taken. And there's an Urban Dictionary definition that I think is a lot of fun also, which I've posted on my site. And so I agreed with the Urban Dictionary definition of LaVid too, because that was a lot of fun. And it talked about being a groovy, honest guy. And so that fit, I thought. I was like, wow, that was pretty lucky that happened. And and then the other day I was out in the driveway, and my neighbor, who knows Spanish and is from a different country, I'm not sure which one, and really nice fella, and having kids and working and having a great life here. And he told me that he always read it as living life, LaVid, live life, And so I thought that was interesting, and so he thought he liked it because he interpreted it as living life. And I was like, wow, it shows you how, kind of ignorant I am of other languages. I wasn't trained to know anybody else's language besides an English language. So, when somebody tells you that was made me happy that, I am just living life. And instead of LaVernes World, it's LaVid, living life, LaVernes videos. Whatever reason, it's we've ended on that, and that's where I'm going to stick it. That's where I'm going to do it, in my little car. And so what else did I do here? Let's take a look. So all the show has been a bit boring because it was about rebranding. So, another thing, if you're seeing this on my Facebook page today, my personal page, you'll never see another streaming on my personal page. I'm no longer going to stream to my personal page because I am trying to build up my LaVid pages and my LaVid YouTube pages. So if you want to interact with LaVerne, you want to interact with me, and then you will and see what I'm doing and see what's going on. You will find it on LaVid, LaVid, either on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter or anywhere else. A social media situation as I slowly change everything over. I think I have a Twitter account. I need to change that over. And anyway, everything will be changed over to LaVid, and that's where you'll find me. And Redbubble, I still have products there. Adobe, I still have products there. So I'll still be promoting those. And I'll also be creating commercials for each of those. And I'll be creating commercials for products that I support. And I'll be running them on my channel here. And won't be getting paid for none of it, but who cares? I'm still going to just build the show as if it's a show. It's a real show, and I'm here, and it's working, and I'm excited. And my streaming seems to be going good. My equipment is going good, and I'm gaining more confidence. We'll have more guests. We'll have actually guests. We haven't had one yet, but we'll definitely bring in some guests, artists and thinkers and people that I know in and around that I think are interesting to talk to. First, I'll start with friends to gain confidence in the system and being able to do all that. But anyway, this is what, there's my little car, and that was up in the Badlands. I took a picture of it sitting up there. We're overlooking this great view. And as you notice, everything is green. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple little videos here of the Badlands in South Dakota as it was last week, as that's where I was up on a little vacay. Here's some buffalo for you. And we'll switch up here. This was my view from the cabin. It was very beautiful and very relaxing. My brain think about stuff. I saw some nice animals up there, and I really enjoyed it. And so we saw hot air balloons go over the lake in the mornings. And doing this, it's been a while, I think, and but I'm going to, if you're here, I'm going to go ahead and cut on out of here when I go out there. And it looks like I'm getting sweaty full weekend. If you notice, everything up in South Dakota is green. The state parks have beautiful state parks, well cared for. Those I'm going to do quickly to just get off my chest, and then I'll start to working. I'm excited. I'll no longer. Oh, I'm also going to probably read that page also, and you find me on rebranded myself. It's LaVid, and LaVernes videos are living life, and stay safe and all that good stuff, like they say. A lot of shootings going on here. Local news on it that I shoot. You'll see a lot of not attack each other. All right, there you go.